All right, what is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? Today we got to talk about EOS. Now, EOS recently broke out of its major downtrend and fired off a very beautiful J hook pattern. All right, so we're going to talk about it a little bit more. We'll zoom in on a 1 hour time frame to go over the key support levels in case we do get a little bit of a pullback, but we still have our bullish price target of 1.4 up ahead. And that's where we're looking to be targeting for the longs here currently at the moment. And we will review just some of the recent things that's been happening along with EOS over the past month. There have been some new developments, so we'll kind of go over those and talk a little bit about that. So it's going to be a good video. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. As always, though, the content provided on this channel is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended to be relied upon as legal, financial, or investment advice. So be sure to read through the disclaimer. And if you're new to the channel, I started a completely free newsletter for you guys called Investment Intelligence, giving out free trade ideas and free valuable finance content. I try to sprinkle in like a free trade idea every single week in there. And there's a website associated with it. So you guys can go check out the website, check out the newsletter. And if it's something that you enjoy, you can, sign up for it and get those directly into your inbox. And if you want to join the Investment Intelligence Discord, it's only $10 a month. And in there, you get access to all my different analysis, all my different trade ideas, as well as many other valuable resources inside of there. So let's start talking here about EOS. And the J hook is one of my favorite patterns, right? And it's a really high probability pattern. I actually just dropped a video here recently on Thorchain, okay, which has a J hook developing right now. So this is what the J hooks look like when they fire off. And, it's an easy pattern to spot, okay? And what you're looking for is a move up and then this nice little rounded bottom right here, okay? And essentially, once you take out the highs, that forms your J, right? This is what the J hook will look like. So you're looking for the initial base and then a breakout of that base. And we got a strong fire into some previous overhead supply. And you can see that we are, that's exactly where we're coming up to, right? And we're battling a little bit with it. We're not seeing a major rejection in a pullback. If we do, 1.065 is going to be your key level, right? You can see we closed and opened there on the weekly time frame, and it was a level that's respected many times in the past. All right, but we're going to zoom in on a 1 hour chart here in a second and go over what it is that you want to look for as far as potential support on a much shorter term basis, right? The larger term pullback, of course, would be a 1.0657, right? Now, the bullish price target is still 1.4. Now, above 1.4, that's when things get really interesting and it turns into a little bit more blue sky territory. The next target above there is going to be 1.95. Okay, so lots of potential here. And if we go on to the next slide here, we'll take a look. And this is going to be a 1 hour time frame. So the last one was a weekly time frame, a larger scale. And here, we can see that, there was some resistance here, resistance. These are all supply. This was a little bit of a blow off top right here. And then we had the strong pullback. And what we can see is that we've broken through, and I've actually put an anchored VWAP. So this purple line right here is what's known as an anchored VWAP. I anchored it to the previous highs, to that blow off top right there. And what this does is this lets you know who's in control of price right now. So when you're below there, basically your average buyer is underwater. Okay. And this lets you know that the bears are in control. And when you're trading above this level, that lets you know that, hey, the average buyer is now in control. And essentially the bulls are in control. And the average buyer is above water, right? Is in profit now. And so you can see as soon as we flipped above there and got above that 1.0657, that basically coincided with the same exact thing happening at the same exact time. You can see that that's when we held that above that 1.0657, and then we really fired off and had a huge surge, a little bit of consolidation, and yet again another push up here over the past 4 or 5 hours. So if we were to pull back, take a look at how old supply, old resistance, oftentimes this can become new support, right? And so if we were to check back, 1.15 is going to be that area that you're looking for, right? If we were to get a little bit of a pullback, we talked about the 1.0657 as a little bit of a larger time, pullback, check back area. But if we're to break down from this overhead supply zone here, not only do we have 1.15 as old resistance to potentially be new support, but that is also where our anchored VWAP is. So, a good way to use the anchored VWAPs is to say, hey, we're bullish above the anchored VWAP, and then, below the anchored VWAP, we could potentially be getting bearish. So, If we were to check back around that 1.15 area, you want to see, hey, are we going to be able to bounce? Are we going to be able to maintain above that anchored VWAP? And if we start to lose that anchored VWAP, that could be a sign that we're heading back down to 1.0657. Okay. And then, you kind of just maintain that anchor VWAP to see, hey, what's happening here, right? Are we below it? Then if we're below it, we know we have the possibility to continue dropping lower, right? And if we were to check back, one thing that I would do is slap an anchor VWAP up to the highs here. And that's when you can figure out when we're going to see our next breakout, right? I don't want to do it here because it's possible that we haven't put in the top yet and that we can continue heading higher up to that 1.4. But if we break some of our recent lows right here around 1.2, then I will be slapping an anchored VWAP up to the top here. And we like to call that dropping a WAP. So you drop a WAP on the highs, and once you reclaim above the WAP, then you can get a little bit of sense of urgency from the bulls and see that, hey, the bulls are regaining control here and potentially going to push things higher. Now, in early January, the underlying infrastructure on EOS underwent a major transformation with the development of Leap version 5. Now, this update is designed to be more performant, efficient, and reliable with a number of notable achievements, including faster execution of system contracts, speed improvements, a reduction in system memory consumption, and more. So, if you want to read more about that, you can, click on their blog. You can read their blog to see, what is really going on with Leap 5. And then they're also evolving RAM and inscription technologies on EOS. So inscriptions have been a major talking point across the Web3 industry in recent months, and EOS is no exception. So when a massive inscription event caused 17 million plus transactions in a single day, the user experience on EOS wasn't hindered and gas fees didn't increase. In the weeks that followed, EOS saw a slew of inscription projects launching on the network, as well as some interesting innovations to inscription technology on EOS native. And again, you can read more about that, on the EOS blog if you guys want to dive into it a little bit more. But I just wanted to give you guys a nice little update on the price. Obviously, we've seen some nice positive momentum here. We're going to see if that can continue. You guys should know all of the key levels and things to pay attention to in determining, where price action is heading potentially next. And now you have a nice little update on some of the things happening with it. So, don't forget, you can sign up for the Discord. Okay, the link is in the description for that. It's $10 a month right now, and that's where you get access to all my different analysis and different trade ideas. Or you can sign up for that newsletter, which is completely free, and you can get those emails directly to your inbox, or you guys can just, frequent the website however you want to do it. If you enjoyed the analysis in today's video and you ever want to do a one-on-one coaching session, you can come to my Ko-Fi page. You click on the commissions tab there, and in there you can book a 30-minute or a 1-hour coaching session. I do these coaching sessions all the time, whether we can go over whatever it is you want, whether it's day trading dynamics, swing trading strategies, interactive Q&A. Feel free to hit me up using the link in the description to access the Ko-Fi page. In there, you can also request a YouTube video on the topic of your choice, as well as click on this little buy a coffee button as a way to leave basically a tip or donation for all the free valuable content I put out, such as the YouTube videos and the newsletter. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you enjoyed this one, I think you're really going to enjoy this next video here. So be sure to click on that one.